Hey guys, I'm Jordan and you're watching Fixbook. After watching this video, your car problems stand about as much a chance as this laptop does against my hot lead. Now, make sure you stay tuned so you can see what happened to the laptop at the end of this video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make your headlights look spectacular instead of all foggy and nasty like this one. Okay guys, and the tools you'll need for today's project is a corded or cordless drill. You'll want some window cleaner, some plastic X, you'll want a buffering attachment for your drill there, and then you'll want these buffering pads. And I kind of left this one here. This is a used one and this is also a used one, and I just wanted to show an example of a correctly used pad. This one was used correctly, and as you can see there's no ring in the middle. This one I applied a little too hard and made a thing there. So if you're doing it the right way and you're not applying too much pressure, your pad should look like this. If it looks like this, then you're applying the pad there, you're pushing on the drill a little too hard. Also guys, I've got this plastic bag which I've just used to throw all the waste blue towels which I've used, and you're going to want a nice brand new roll of clean towels there. And you also want some water. It may come from a hose, that's okay. And then I've also got this extension cord here which you'll probably need as well if you're using a corded drill. So with all that said, let's go ahead and start today's project. Alright guys, so first I'm going to bring you over here to my tool bench, aka the top of my car here. And then you'll want a little buffering attachment for your cordless drill, and you can pick one of these up at probably like a Walmart or AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, any place like that should carry this. This particular one is made by 3M, so I know Walmart carries 3M parts. I got this one at AutoZone. And then you'll want to get one of these buffering pads, and I got this one at Napa. I guess any kind of better parts store, I'm guessing AutoZone's not going to carry, but Napa, O'Reilly, Northern Tools, Harbor Freight may carry something like this, but for sure I got this at Napa, so you'll probably be able to get it there. So what you'll do is when you get the pads here, you just kind of pull this off. It's real sticky here, so then we'll take our buffering attachment and we'll stick it right dead center middle like that. It's not completely dead center, but it's gonna work. So next what we'll do is we'll stick our attachment in here, and then what we're gonna do is we'll take the headlight, and with water in this attachment we're gonna buffer the headlight surface. Okay guys, now you can see here I've already started. I started and just did this little section so you can see the major difference here. We got way foggy over here, and we got a dry, smooth, clear surface over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some water. I'm just gonna kind of pour it on one of these blue rags I got here. I'm just gonna kind of wet the surface, and you can see that already it makes a big difference. But when it dries back up, you're gonna have that foggy nasty, and you can see here it's already returning. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of wet it there, and then I'm also gonna wet my tool a little bit. I'm just gonna pour some water on it right there, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and just like even strokes there. There we go. And then I'll take my clean rag here, and I'll just kind of wipe them away, wipe all that crud away. And another thing you can do to make less of a mess is just kind of take some newspaper and just kind of cover this area up so you don't have to clean it afterwards. I'll just clean mine up afterwards. I don't care too much. So we can see here it's still foggy right there where I missed. It's nice and clear here where I began. It's still clear over here where I did that little spot. So we're gonna wash, rinse, and repeat the whole surface area here, and at the end we should have a nice clear looking thing here. And also one more thing I wanted to add guys is I'm gonna take some of this plastic X, and you can get this at like an AutoZone or Advanced, some kind of parts store like that should carry this plastic X. And we can also, once we run out of white stuff, this is essentially going to do a similar type deal here, so we can take that and use that as well with this buffering pad. Okay guys, so I went ahead and completed this whole side right here, and I want to point out some things to you. There's things you can and can't fix with this method of clearing up these headlights here. Now we've got some underneath the cover problems here. We have some fogging up there on that chrome piece, and it looks like some discoloration there on that chrome piece as well. So obviously we're not going to be able to get beneath the surface with just using a buffing pad on the outside here, but we are going to be able to make it to look worlds better here on the outside. So now I'll let the camera roll as I go ahead and do this side right here, just so you can see what you're going to want to be doing and the way you're going to want to be doing it. You can just see the way I'll continue to go and work on this one side, so you can apply the same method to your application. Okay, so this whole time I'm just going to be using my thing here. I'm going to keep my plastic X nearby, so I'm just going to set it on the ground, and I'll keep this little rag here in my pocket. So I'm going to begin. I'm just going to take a little dab of our plastic X here and just kind of put them on there like that. Then I'm going to take my buffering pad and just kind of rub them around, and then I'm just going to begin working on them like that, how you saw me right there. Now, as you may notice, I'm moving my tool back and forth here. You don't want to just set it there and leave it in one spot, because with that really quick rotation there, you're going to produce a lot of heat and you might just go right through the thing there. So you just want to keep it moving like you see me doing. And I'm just going to take my rag, I'm going to wipe it away, and that's looking a whole lot better. And I can see, if I look from the side here, places that still need to be done and need to be re-hit. So I'll just go and continue doing that. Another thing too, guys, you want to make sure you don't get too close to the chrome here or the paint up here, because rubbing this abrasive plastic X stuff can actually damage that. So you want to be sure to stay away from that. If you must, take some of that blue painter's tape stuff and tape it off so you don't hit that. And also, like you can see here, my pad, it's beginning to wear down, and we don't want to be hitting the plastic edge there on the thing. So once it gets to this, you need to go ahead and change your pad. I'm going to do that, and then we'll pick up right here where we left off. Also, guys, I just wanted to show you real quick, taking off the pad, you just go like that, and then I already showed you how to put the new pad on. It works as easy as that when you switch that pad. And I probably ran through that pad real quick since I had it off center a little bit, so I'm going to put it more in center, and the pad will last longer that way. Alright guys, so here we are. I've got my new pad. I'm just going to go ahead and put some water on them there, and we'll go ahead and use the buffering compound that comes on the pad. So I'm just going to... And also, you want to try and angle it so you're not throwing stuff everywhere. Just a little helpful tip there. And again, guys, I'm being really careful when I come up here, because you don't want to touch that paint job at all. I'm just going to take a wet towel and just kind of wipe everything clean here. Look how it's coming along. And then I'm going to wash, rinse, and repeat. I'm just going to wipe this guy clean. Take some more of my plastic X. Just a little dab will do ya. And there we go. And when you're getting the center part, you can do that high speed, but again, when we go on around these edges here, we're going to be real careful, so we're going to use a bit of a lower speed. We're going to use more of the side. Now, I'm gonna just kind of take my rag here with some water. I'm just gonna wipe it all down and see how it looks. And when you get down real close to it and look at the side, once we wiped it off, you'll really be able to see what's stuck right there on the surface. And you just wanna make sure you remove all that stuff, because it's a little deceiving when the headlight is wet there. It's gonna give you a clearer look. So you really need to look on the side here and just kind of look at what you got. Because if you don't do it that way, you're gonna think it's all gone, and then a week or so after you've done the job, well really a couple days or so, you'll see it's not all gone. So just make sure you look at the side to see what you got here, and I'll continue on here in just a moment. Alright guys, so here I'm still working, and when I'm looking from the side here, I can see that I still have some issues. And if you're doing the same thing I'm doing and you see something and you don't know whether it's a problem or not, what you can do is just take your finger and kind of feel it. And I can feel on the outside there is just kind of this stuff here that needs to be taken off. And it can be taken off if you feel it there. So what I've done is I've taken some of that plastic X and I've just taken a little dab on my finger there. I'm just gonna kind of rub them on there smoothly, just in that little area that has the stuff still stuck on there. And then I'm just gonna take the side of my pad and not bearing down, because then I'll run through that pad again, but just kind of easily just letting it spin, and that should take care of a problem here. We're just gonna have to kind of massage the problem out. So this could take some time, maybe 5-10 minutes or so, just working on these little spots that are being stubborn. I'm just going to take another little dab, and we'll just wash, rinse, and repeat until we see this problem disappear. And this can be the most time-consuming part of the job. And right now it looks about 90% of the way done right here, and I'm just gonna keep working on it here. And also guys, I just want to say, if you want it to look about 70% better, if you just go through and do a quick job, you can make it look about 70% better. But if you really want it to look like almost a new headlight, you want it to look like 95% better, you're gonna need to spend time like what I'm doing right here, and that'll make it look almost new, except for the insides. You're still gonna have that showing there. So just depends on what you're looking for, really. And that looks like that's about as good as we're gonna get it. So that's what you'll do if you have a spot like that. and I can see where I've taken off some stuff here that looks good. It means I've taken off a small layer of the headlight, which is good. That's what you're aiming for. You want to take off just the top, the smallest layer, and that's how you're going to remove all that crap that's on the top that you can't just wash off. We're actually taking a layer off here, and you may see too at AutoZone, they'll sell these little kits for like 20 bucks, or they'll have sandpaper, so you're actually sanding off the headlight. Now, those are good, except do you really want to spend an hour on each headlight? If you have a drill and you have this little pad, we can do basically the same thing with the sandpaper, except we can do it a whole lot faster. You should be able to do one headlight in 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how severe the headlight is. But also with that little package, I mean, if you have a severe headlight, it could take a whole lot more than an hour. So it's a lot quicker to do it this way. For 20 bucks you can get a drill. Well, another 20 bucks, or I think it's 10 bucks for the pads, and then 10 bucks for that little buffering thing. So you're looking at maybe $50 or so for this whole thing, so maybe about $30 more, and it's just gonna be a whole lot quicker. It's gonna save you a whole lot of time. So that's it for this side. I may show you here another headlight I'm gonna do here in just a second. We'll see here in just a minute. Okay guys, now I will show you one more example of me doing the headlights over there on that Pathfinder here in just a moment, but I wanted to just go ahead and show you what it looks like now after I've done the job. If you can remember at the beginning of the video what the headlights looked like. This one in the beginning wasn't actually too bad. It was just the top there, and I did the best I could, and it's looking a lot better than it was. And I also have a before and after picture here, which I'll show right at the end of the video. So that one was one that looked really bad, and it looks really nice now. And this is also after I've cleaned the hood from all the stuff that splats on there. So it may be easier if you just throw some newspaper on there than to clean it up. You decide. So now we'll go over to that Pathfinder, and I'll show you what we'll be doing when we want to clean a headlight over there. Alright guys, so basically we're going to be doing the exact same thing, except we have this hood that's going to be in your way. So you want to go ahead and pop your hood and go ahead and pop the trunk to get the trunk out of the way. If you're driving a truck or an SUV like this, you're going to want to probably do the same thing because the hood may be in the way, or if you have some kind of piece like this, it may be in your way. So I'll go ahead and pop the hood, and then I'm going to show you kind of a cool thing. I'm going to show you a fast forwarded video here, so you're just going to see it go from foggy to clean really quick. So stay tuned for that here in just a moment. Okay guys, so this is what it's going to look like if you're to do this in super fast motion. So yeah, that's what it looks like if you just do that real brief job. So there they are, nice and clean. Alright, and one last thing before I conclude this video. I was reading on the back of the Plastic X bottle here, and it said it has oils in it, and it's going to help your lens here be water resistant and all kind of neat stuff like that. So basically what they want is they're wanting you to kind of use this as a wax as well. So we're going to do the same type of thing here as you do with the wax. We're just going to get the whole area here nice and covered. So once I've done that here, we're just going to get that general area. It's going to be seen a lot. Then you're going to take a nice new clean rag and just kind of wipe it off there in circles like so. I'm just going to wipe. And just the same way you would with wax here. So I'm just going to keep on wiping it off there. And there we go. And if you're to do this, guys, if you're to use just the Plastic X alone, it would look quite a bit better. But what we were doing with that drill and buffering pad is we're actually removing, like I said before, surface on the thing there. So it's actually going to take away quite a bit of stuff there. So that's the way you'd want to go. You'd first want to remove the things on the surface of the headlight before you do this last final step. So do what I did right there as the final step. Just kind of like you're waxing and wiping off there for your headlight assembly. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch all my new videos, which publish Mondays and Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will see you then.